I'd love to talk about how you guys got so scrappy and how you came up with those ideas to actually use that technology in different verticals. And this is really to touch on that process of creativity and innovation. Is that something that you feel that everybody has internally, or is it a muscle that people can build and develop?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I actually think that it's. I think everyone is creative internally. I think there's sort of there's two kind of aspects to innovation. There's the creative aspect of coming up with an idea, but there's sort of the follow through, and I think the follow through is 90% of the equation. And I think there's sort of you have to sort of alter your thinking in order to be able to successfully follow through and have the vision of where you're going to go. And I think also in the creative aspect, there are some ways that we can train ourselves to come up with much better ideas that are game changing, shall we say. One of the things I talk about in my keynotes is what I call basic truths, which is really just first principles, if you're familiar with that. It's based on a scientific methodology of thinking, but it's really breaking down, questioning all your assumptions and breaking down to your basic truths or fundamental truths. And then from there, building up all the various possibilities to come up with new ideas is what's used by Elon Musk and Steve Jobs, Henry Ford, Leonardo da Vinci, all used this concept of basic truth thinking.
Oh, so it's really evaluating your own truths first to realize maybe, the directions you potentially can't go because of potential maybe limitations to begin with.
Yeah, we tend to think in a limited way. For example, in the case of Shazam, all these companies thought, well, what's possible? Well, there's technology that can monitor radio stations, so let's build from there, right? But the thing is, they're assuming that that's the only thing you could do. They're assuming you have to start from this radio monitoring technology, whereas that's not a basic truth. That's an assumption. The basic truths that we started from were phones have microphones. That's a basic truth. There's no assumption there. Like, it's a fact that phones have microphones. And then music is this audible sound that can be picked up by a microphone. That's also a basic truth. There's no assumptions there. And then from there, that led to this sort of breakthrough concept. And so that similarly, supposedly Elon Musk, when he came up with SpaceX, he said, well, why should a rocket cost $100 million to build when it's made up of all these materials that you could buy for $4 million? And so he came up with a way to build rockets for a tiny fraction of the cost that is out on the market.
I hope you enjoyed that episode of the Thrive State podcast. And if this podcast is bringing a lot of value to you, if you find that your life is just improving with this podcast, that your life is getting to the next level, please consider supporting it. And here's a few ways you can do so. You can do so by liking this video and commenting on this video, and also sharing this video with your friends and family. Another thing you can do is go to ratethispodcast.com/ThriveState. Go ahead and leave us a 5-star review there. It will really, really help this show grow. And this will give me more time so that I could actually give more content to you, just like you got in this episode. And if you haven't already picked up a copy of my book, Thrive State, Your Blueprint for Optimal Health, Longevity, and Peak Performance, you can pick it up now. It became a #1 new release in longevity. Go to thrivestatebook.com. And if you enjoy the book, please consider leaving us a review as well. And the last thing you can do, if you're liking everything here and you want to work more closely with me as well as my team to get you into the Thrive State, go to kienvu.com/accelerator and consider joining the home course, the Thrive State Accelerator. It's really the course that I use. It's the concepts that I use personally when I work with CEOs, celebrities, and my high-profile clients to get them to the Thrive State. Again, the Thrive State Accelerator at kienvu.com/accelerator. And because you're a listener of this podcast, I want you to save 25% by using the coupon code podcast25. I hope we continue to give value to you. And remember always, you are your best medicine.